Well, basically, we serve authentic Mexican food. We also try to incorporate food from Central America. We serve tacos, tortas, burritos, birria, pozole, enchiladas de Guatemala.
Hello, my name is Alex.
And I'm Carol, and we're from Vegatinos.
And Vegatinos stand for Veganos Latinos. We try to call the names like so close what we used to eat before, like al pastor, asada. We call the chicken. We have the carnitas. We have the chicharrón. It makes me so happy when a non-vegan try our tacos for the first time, and they were amazed. They can't believe like it's a plant-based meat. What makes me more happy is to see them the following pop up, bringing like the cousin or the uncle or the mom, because they really like the food that they want the rest of the family to come here and try our food. One of our most popular dishes, the El Special Burrito, has 3 different plant-based meats inside the burrito. We have the 13 inches non-GMO flour tortilla, and we serve it with the rice, beans, the plant-based meat choice. We add pico de gallo, cabbage, and chipotle mayo. And as the plant-based meats is al pastor, and then we have the chicharrón with like a crunchy texture, and we serve it with the pico de gallo, chipotle mayo. We won the taco competition last year with that taco. It's becoming one of the most popular items as well. One of the other popular items is the torta, which is a bread, and we put beans, the plant-based meat option. We put pico de gallo, cabbage, and chipotle mayo as well.
The Vegatino Scholarship Fund got started last year towards the end of September, and the reason we started is because we feel that we have the responsibility to give back to our community, especially because I know what it is to have to either pay for food or pay for your bills, and I just feel that this was a perfect way of giving back to the community.
You know, I think for me personally, it's really meaningful to see a leader like Vegatinos who is bringing, plant-based food to the Latinx community and making it accessible. I really saw Vegatinos as someone who had a connection to the Latinx community, the immigrant community, and I kind of approached them and was like, hey, you have this really great outreach. Why don't we start this scholarship fund? And Carol really just took that on, did all the hard work.
This scholarship is really important just because it's extremely difficult to have funding options when you're undocumented, but as a graduate student, those options are even more limited.
I think a lot of people who are not undocumented don't really understand the amount of work that undocumented students actually put in. They think that we're privileged to have DACA, but in reality, it's something that we're constantly fighting for. We're constantly fighting to stay at the top of our game. And like I said, a lot of times we're underprivileged, so we have to work multiple jobs. And some of us don't have family support, so it makes it even more difficult. And so I just wish that more people understood how hard undocumented students really fight for what they've achieved in their lives.
When I was growing up here in California, there was no money really for me to go to school. I was in high school, I was in honors, I was in water polo, I was everything that I needed to be in order to be a success in a 4-year university. However, I understood when I was in my junior year that no matter how many honors classes I took, no matter how high my GPA or my test scores, I would not be able to go to college. By my junior year, I dropped out. Then Obama came into power. He was able to do the Dreamers, and I realized that I can go back to school, and I'm going to UCLA this coming fall. So for me, a scholarship like this is really, really important because it's helping me achieve my dreams.
You want to know how we raised our funds? Through the community. We asked people to make donations, and then also Vegatinos is going to put the rest. We're just very thankful and very appreciative of that.
Yes.